Hey everyone, I'm back, and finally I'm doing a video at nighttime. Well, technically it is, what time is it? 4:04. I was going to do it at 3 in the morning, but I got caught up in watching The Conjuring, the second movie, again, like the 50th time or something like that. Nothing has really happened since I posted that video a few days ago. But with that being said, hopefully nothing will happen. But hopefully something will. I don't know what to say. But anyway, with everything being said, let's continue or start our Florida tour. And speaking of the Conjuring, did any of y'all just hopefully it's just dust because it's like every video. So hopefully it's like dust and hair flying around because that was not a book. I either would have seen it or heard it. And as of right now, there are no bugs that I can see or hear. So again, with that being said, let's start our Florida tour. And I have been to Florida. That's not any of the places that I'm going to be talking about. I wish I can go there. Maybe I can if I stay at my cousin's house. But I don't know how far they live from all these places. Well, let's start. The energy in Key West is generally one of positively and delight. The white cozy beaches soaking up the joy and carefree happiness exuded by all who sink their feet into the sand. Unfortunately, even with most untroubled are marked by their dark clouds and sparks of negativity energy. In 1892, the Florida Keys introduced the Key West Jail, a small building designed to house criminals who threatened the local Zoe Day Vieri. The nefarious house criminals, the nefarious figures who graced the borrowed cells and advantages of the island paradise brought them an aura that since married the historic building. Despite several additions to the renovations of the old jail, maintaining the stain and malefactors and heavy air budget dressing. As a part of the restoration project launched in 2020. 2020. I guess that was held back for a little while. The 1892 Old Monroe County Jail underwent repairs and upgrades designed to make the building safer and more palatable. As an exhibit to honor the local enforcement, despite the work done, a lingering presence still speaks to the real history behind the 19th century building. In areas touched by tragedy, it's not uncommon for spirits to manifest and ritual hauntings to be trapped within their internal loop. The Old Monroe County facility has seen its colorful figures, but one of the most infamous hauntings was born of misfortune and forbidden love. Manuel Eslio Hamisia didn't discern the fate he received, and if I pronounce anything wrong later in videos, I apologize in advance. The greatest crime being vengeance in the name of love, but the remains of picture of the jail caught the predatory search for his freedom. As one of the Florida's oldest settling regions, Key West is brimming with haunted tales. Many of them hold secrets about Old Monroe Jail, and some people even book a tour. And if I remember correctly, someone is there at Key West, Florida, and that would be Robert Nadal. And maybe there'll be another video in the future. One of the YouTubers I watched actually walked up to the real Robert Nadal, and I was like, oh, y'all brave. By the decade leading up to the turn of the 20th century, Key West was Florida's most populated city. Its population of around 18,000 people required a typical facilities accepted of Ruddying Society so in 1892, a new museum was constructed in Jackson Square. What would become known as the Old Monroe County Museum was designed in the image of the existing courthouse. It's framed a neat stack of red bricks, ferrying in from the mainland. The new museum wasn't just built strong enough to house Key West's more troubled actors. It was also built to withstand fire. Years prior, Key West Commercial Center almost burnt entirely to the ground as a fire swept through the hum of the beachy island. Fire residents and much force more new facility thought it wouldn't be a raging inferno that would wind up the new facility. No, it wouldn't be a raging inferno that would wind up marrying the new finishings from the freshly constructed museum. In 1888, 4 years before the museum was constructed, Charles Fletcher DePaul, the child of slaves, was appointed sheriff of Key West. Though his efforts didn't keep the streets clean and jail shelves full, in 1929, a series of events unfolded in the streets. A series of events that called in question of the effectiveness of the East Key West police force. On April 1st, 1999, Private Manuel Estelio Gambetta departed France, leaving behind the ruins of First World War to return to Key West. Once settled back normal, the Indians in his day-to-day eventually met a darker-skinned Afro-Cuban named Angela. I could not read this wording. The early 20th century was still a time of radical transformation in Cuba's relationship with public. It drew the attention of local members of the KKK. The former told her was tormented by the members who confronted him one day, beating him with an inch of his life. Camissa could have recovered and tried to return life as normal, his beloved Angela on the arm, but instead he sought revenge to the Klan members. Clouded by anger and hatred, he shot and killed one of the members involved in the beating. Sparks and violent outrage from both Klan supporters and people coming to the young man's defense. Knowing only his safety was locked away behind bars, Clemens agreed to deal with the police, which saw him jailed but also under protection of a local law enforcement. Unfortunately, the Klan inflated Key West police force and head officer who worked on the jail to finish the job, fellow Klansmen hadn't. On Christmas morning, 1921, Clemens was pulled from his cell and beaten. The Klan was tied to a rope around his neck to a vehicle and dragged him down Flagler Avenue. There was a strong and upshot multiple times. After his murder, Commissus was never properly buried, and it wasn't until 2019 a funeral was held in his honor. Then the clan killed Commiss without hesitation. None of the murderers pursued Angela. It wasn't long after Commissus' death that they wished they had. According to lore, Angela practiced voodoo and performed a ritual to curse each one of her lover's killers. One by one, tragedy struck responsible Anne's men, all of them killed mysteriously and freakish accidents. Most curious, though, is the tree that Commiss was hung from. It is believed to have been the first tree to show signs of yellowing due to an infection that threatened to spread across the foliage. It is the curse that also invalidated ties the Mesa to the jail where he spent his final night. Whatever the cause, the young soldier still manners the resting halls of the Monroe jail. The ghost private Camissa is a popular lesson in Key West. Much like any other tales of apparitions and restless specters heard on the Key West tours. When I was doing research for this video, I held back a lot of tears. People like that should know, like, I don't know how people like that even exist. It was tough for me doing this video because I know a lot of people have trauma like that, especially in their family's past. But, again, I really don't know how people like that aren't allowed. Like, they intend to be in prison if they're not already. But with me trying not to cry anymore, thank you guys for watching my channel and videos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I am Monroe, and I'll spook you later. The paranormal is my playground. And until next time, pleasant dreams.